welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. Happy 12/12 portal. Happy divine feminine activation. Happy launching of Aminati Omen, which is the dark, sensual, exotic fourth studio album. And it is definitely a time to celebrate. So go ahead and stream it on Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, on all streaming platforms. Pray over our next moves in the collective. Okay, check the description box for ways to get in contact with me, more about who I am. If you do not know me, I am a human and civil rights advocate, and I run a nonprofit in women's health called DIVAS Can Manifest org. And 12/12 portal is a big day for, well, all the portals are such a huge observation in our organization, and I just wanted to welcome you guys into our victory, into our space, getting more background about Divas Can Manifest org and sponsoring Felicia Tarot, and I cannot wait to share more with you guys about this victory. But let's get into it. Let's hop into what do you need to know urgently right now, but for particularly this divine feminine activation, as well as of course 12/12 portal, right? So let's get into the overhead selection. Group 1, you are the rainbow with the clouds. Group 2, you are the big red heart. And group 3, you are the American flag. Choose your selection, and happy 12/12 portal, happy Christmas portal, Merry Christmas to the West, LOL. But I'll see you guys in your selection. Hi, Pal One, welcome to your selection. So you chose the rainbow, and your significator is peace. So what do you need to know around this 12/12 portal is a good outcome. You guys are some of you guys, you are being guided to stay patient and provide, okay? And I know that this may take a lot of work, but you choose kindness, okay? That's how you're gonna get the outcome that you want. And I'm also getting that you guys you're the one that has the power. So this is, I definitely feel like you guys are experiencing joy right now, but I feel like there could be something around that wants to strip you of your peace, is what I'm hearing, okay? I'm also getting that some of you guys could be benefiting from wearing the scent gardenia. Or going swimming, going to the sea, going to the ocean. Some of you guys there's a lot of hard work right here. And your peace, I'm hearing your peace requires a lot of hard work. But I think that what you need to know is that you are getting the cooperation that you need around some type of deal, okay? You are getting cooperation. So you can just release your anxieties about something. And I think that this is about settling an argument, and seeing each other's point of view and trying your best to guard against conflict, because some of you guys just know when to walk away, because I'm hearing that there could be, you can go from kumbaya to a raging bitch very quickly. So you have been I think that you've been having to do a lot of hard work, and this is testing your patience. And this is not, I think that you are just feeling, I don't know if this is around your own expectations, but you just feel like you've had to provide so much here, or you've been having to draw on so much power. And I feel like you are getting cooperation, but you might not be getting the results that you might have expectations around what the cooperation looks like right now. And I think the best thing that you can do is to guard against conflict, because this is a conflict that has engendered, that has forced you to engender a social awareness and to be empathetic. And this settling of an argument, or this whatever, some type of deal that you're working on, it involves a higher purpose and a higher mission. And you have the power to cooperate or not cooperate. It's up to you. But I'm hearing that this is your choice, if you want to have a relationship with someone. But I think that some of you guys saw this person as saw someone as a snake, or you saw them as, you saw it as absurd, or some of you guys, like I said, it's been so much hard work and so much extenuating circumstance, perhaps, that you felt that this conflict was an extra burden that you were not expecting, an extra burden where you've had to do so much to provide logic and compassion, and you've had to do so much of the work just to settle a conflict with someone. And I think that your cooperation doesn't mean that you might like everything about the deal or the cooperation, but I think that you will have peace, and I think that you ultimately call the shots and have the power in a situation. But this is something that dealt with a conflict, and I think that it has been like a one-sided conflict. It has been something that has been so terribly unwanted, and you are just, with Archangel Metatron here as well, I think that you guys are just really peaceful people. So these conflicts that you were put in they feel so burdensome, and they feel so absurd, and they feel so just like, why on earth am I getting drawn into a conflict when I try so hard to stay away from conflict? Like, you guys might not even be the type of people that gossip. Some of you might be introverted. You guys are really hardworking people. You're working too hard to be sitting up creating conflicts with people. So you have done a lot of good deeds, and this is why you're getting the cooperation. But I think that there is a ick, or a resentment, or you not wanting to associate with certain people. Like, you don't care to have their cooperation. Some people were brainwashed, and I think that that's what gave you the ick. I'm hearing someone was brainwashed by a celebrity, or brainwashed by some unhealed feminine energies. And this was like, they just have been trying to party and have fun, and been seeking information and networking, and it's just like they have been conflicting with you because you are not brainwashed, okay? And I think that's what's so scary, is that there is these people, they are literally your opposite, okay? Or something like that. But I think that what has been irritating is that these conflicts feel one-sided. It feels like work that you were not expecting that you were going to have to do, right? Like responsibilities that you did not expect to take on. Like, some of these people, they just expected you to provide for them, and some of you guys have been ill. But I think that these people, you are the life of the party. And I don't know if you intend on being the life of the party. You guys are like very popular learners, or you're introverted people that like get a lot of attention. And I think for some of you guys, if you are romantically interested in men, you get a lot of men, and that makes you the center of attention because your men will often parade you around, treat you like a prized possession, wine and dine you, introduce you to their friends and family. And this is not happening for everybody. Okay, they're not getting these princess treatments and these beautiful romantic experiences. So that makes you a target, I think. Okay, especially if you are in a social, this is around a social gathering, a network of people, a group of people, where you were not expecting to take on the responsibility of dismantling some type of brainwashing that they have been under, that have been driving their motivation to conflict with you. Okay, this could be a romantic lover, but I'm also getting that other people, they were just delusional in some type of way. Okay, and people are talking a lot. I'm hearing there's a lot of talking about your money and how you're getting to the bag is what I'm hearing. Because your deals are your partners are cooperating. Okay, but I think that let's get more. Yeah, I'm getting an integration. You're also getting a commitment is what I'm hearing. Some of you guys are getting commitments, real deals, real offers. Okay, but I think a part of it was that you were so annoyed that this was a conflict with someone who has been brainwashing people. Okay, but you guys have had to integrate important truths, and these take time and processing, and it often requires you questioning everything that you believe to be real and challenging your perception of reality. And this has led to your cooperation, but this has been a transformation where you've had to provide a lot of the logic, communication, information to free these people from outmoded beliefs and negative thought patterns that are related to their conditionings and their matrix illusions and their brainwashings. Okay, some of you guys, this is leading to a deeper commitment with someone, with men, and what they ultimately see you as is someone who's done a really good deed in their life. And I think that the conflict has made you just have peace, friend. It takes effort. I think that the conflict has tried to take your peace because you have had to work so hard to provide this information. And now people, of course, they're surrounding you and you're the life of the party because of all this providing that you've done. But I don't think that you were expecting to do the providing. I don't think that you wanted to do the providing. I think that this conflict is still something that, although you're getting cooperation, it is still triggering because of the hardship that it has been created, and how you have been the martyr, or you've been getting the short end of the stick. Some of you guys have literally had to take on extra workloads. You've had to take care of people like their newborn children. You've had to literally coddle people, like emasculate people. And every time I'm getting that every time there's a conflict due to some type of brainwashing that stops, like, I don't know, I think that this is an ascension and a shift, and you are anchoring to a truth that will no longer be deviated from, which means you won't get triggered as much as you used to about this conflict where you found it to be absurd and that it just created so much hardship for you. Okay, And I think that that's what you need to know right now, is that like this 1212 portal with, you know, this person who has, it's strange that you have been in a mediation, a negotiation, a back and forth with something that has not been that was a brainwashing. That was something that was a matrix, okay? Something that was a matrix. And so this was a power that was beyond you. So try to take less pressure, take less of it personally, and be secure within yourself. Because this conflict, like, had you not provided so much information and had done the hard labor of dismantling this brainwashing, then you would have been a victim. I'm hearing a lot of you guys would have been left a victim because of a brainwashing. And so this is, you have the right to be angry, okay? You have the right to be angry. But you were successful in integrating these truths, and your collective has had a third eye chakra awakening, and your tribe and family and whoever you are needing cooperation from have grown and increased awareness and have gotten higher consciousness. So this is a period of reflection and deep integration, shifting you away from the old reality into the new reality where you have cooperation instead of conflict. Okay, so just have peace, friend. Okay, I know that, you know, any delay or any kind of, like, if you still feel like you have to work hard, you just are like, oh my god, just everybody get the fuck out. Really, I don't want to be the life of the party. I don't care about none of that. Like, I want my money. That's what I want. Okay, power one. But I feel like, you know, this was a long period of getting information around this conflict that you were not aware of. Like, you were not even, like, this was not a part of your consciousness. So yeah, these were a lot of canceled friendships. Okay, the people, it's like they were lacking closure because we realized, you know, that these people were brainwashed. Okay, or they were brainwashing people, and we thought that that was celebration. We thought that that was fun times. We thought that that was real. We thought that this person was doing, I'm hearing that we thought that someone was doing good deeds. Like, this could be a leader, person in a position of leadership. We thought that this person was doing, that they were doing good deeds, but this was a brainwashing that created a conflict. Okay, or it may have broke down, like, it may have broke down a commitment, or really harmed, sever some of your relationships, because, you know, there was a lot of harsh communication to free us from a delusional person that has been brainwashing people, other delusional people. And we are still lacking closure around these canceled friendships and relationships after we realized that they were just trying to perpetuate something false. We realized that those people were trying to harm us, okay, and giving us the wrong information. So I think that these people, ultimately, the reason why, you know, you guys are, this is like still some residuals around not having closure around these relationships that are not coming along with us. Okay, these relationships, these people who had people brainwashed, after people exposed them and they got canceled, y'all. And I think that this is how you can have peace, is that this danger, I'm getting that this could have even been a dangerous person. This dangerous person can no longer hurt you, okay? And you are getting cooperation because of some good deeds that you've done to dismantle this brainwashing. Everybody was like, we didn't even notice what we needed, friends. And I think that people are still, some people cannot believe the damage and the harm that was done because of this brainwashing. And there's a lot of, you know, varying emotions, pride related to a disillusionment, to relationships, I guess, that did not evolve with us, okay? There are some people that will remain brainwashed, and those are the people who we will not, that are getting left behind, okay? Or we're no longer partying with these people no more, and they just feel like they got left out, and they have a lack of closure around that they're not starting a spiritual new beginning with us, and that they were not united with us. But that didn't stop your commitment, that didn't stop your partners from cooperating because of these good deeds that you've done. And I know that a lot of stress and anxiety is now falling away because it felt like they were a conflict that was stopping your bag, or that was giving you a lot of extra responsibilities and work. And this was just not something, like, it was hard being the person that had to dismantle a brainwashing, okay? You know, and I think that, like, you can have peace now because you're getting the outcome that you want, or you're the one that has been given the power and have designed it so that you have won, okay? Some of you guys, we haven't gotten there yet, but some of you guys will be drawn to path 3. But I think that, especially if these are deals, I think that these deals are I think that after having to do so much of the work and provide so much, and these people are still at a conflict with you, but some of these people are still at a conflict with you, and this is why they're canceled friends. But your deals, they're forced to cooperate, and they just know that they don't mean anything to you anymore, that they're just for money, because we just don't like it, okay? After having to teach you so much, right? So that's what I'm saying, friends. I think that what you needed to know is that you're getting the cooperation that you want, that you're still integrating certain truths. I'm also getting that you guys are still getting closure from canceled friendships and relationships, people who are not coming along. And I'm also getting your deals. You get the money and financial reward that you want, but the people, because they were too conflicting, some of you guys do not want the commitment, or you just decided to, like, use it for money, okay? And you're at peace with that, is what I'm hearing, friends. But I think that you are choosing to cooperate because you're doing it for a higher purpose, and that doesn't have anything to do with anybody else, okay? I love you so much, Part 1. Let me know how that resonates, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. Hi, Part 2. Welcome to your selection. So you chose the big red heart, and your significator is rest. I'm hearing some of you guys need to lie on your side. You need to lie on your side, okay? If you have an injury right now, is what I'm hearing, some of you. But I'm getting that what you need to know right now is just, like, rest, relax, take it easy. You don't have to work so hard. Sleep, take a break, take a vacation, take a holiday, because I'm hearing that you really deserve it, okay? What do you need to know right now? Creation, intention, and potential, okay? Okay, so something that you're creating, you set a powerful intention, is what I'm hearing. You set a powerful intention, and it has a lot of potential, is what I'm hearing. Something has a lot of potential, and I think that you want to work really hard to make your creation a success, but don't forget to prioritize your self-care. if you continue to make the same choices, you'll continue to get the same outcome. Some of you guys have neglected your self-care to work, and you keep running around in the same karmic challenges because working harder will not get you more success. You do not have to struggle to manifest and reach your goals. Just be patient, okay? We have funeral. We have black magic. That keeps coming out. Magic. Pretty. And yeah, what did I say? If you continue to make the same choices, you'll continue to get the same outcome. So, what you need to know right now is that there's a big ending. I'm hearing that there's a big funeral happening with these people who were doing black magic. Okay, I'm hearing the fun around something has totally. I'm hearing you totally took the fun out of somebody's life by showing up. Okay. In order to discern this energy manipulation and black magic, you need to do your yoga and self-care. This is trying to block your third eye chakra. You need rest. You need self-care. Continue your wellness routine and do not deviate from it. Get to your work when you can. Okay, your work comes after your self-care, which also, like, just get yourself food, get yourself enough sleep, and get yourself clean. You're doing your hygiene routines, and smell good, look good, and then show up to work. Okay, so that you're grounded and that you can address, you'll continue to get the same outcome. If you are not grounded and you're not meditated, then you will not be able to. You'll continue to run around in this karmic loop. And some of you guys have ended the karmic loop with the funeral recently. And it's because it's like your self-care. Like, you need to stay pretty. First of all, you need to stay pretty, because some of these people will try to show up looking like you, and that's black magic as well. Okay. For others, you need self-care and wellness to stay pretty. And those who have been keeping up with their self-care and wellness, you're giving them a funeral. But for others, then if you continue to overwork, and you will not create anything by overworking and not being grounded. Okay. So what do you need to know right now is something that where you came around and you shut it down. Okay. Every time you come around, you shut the thing down. You came around with your pretty and you shut it down. I'm hearing that you ended relationships. You ended relationships with, I'm hearing that some of you guys ended marriages. Some of you guys ended business contracts. Some of you guys tore down businesses. You destroyed egos. And these people have, because they could not compete with your beauty or something like that, they decided to project your image. So these are people who started shape-shifting, and you have been needing to be grounded and to discern this person's projecting of your image. Some of you guys, you are, after discerning this person's imaginal point of view, you can finally rest. Okay, you can rest because it may have required you to do a lot of work recently. Okay. So, I don't know. What do you need to know right now, pal? Pal 2. This person, they're on a jelly team, okay? And they're watching you from fake social media accounts, and your beauty is really displayed, and you need to maintain your beauty. Okay. um your beauty is shutting it down. It is, you came in and stole the show. You're stealing attention. You're stealing the show. Okay, it's all about you. um so but this also hurts a lot, is what I'm hearing. Because that'll mean a lot of people will hate you, and a lot of men will struggle with boundaries, will struggle with conformity when it comes to the people who gang up against the pretty girls. Okay? Because you are the standard of beauty when you come around, it's not, I don't even think that they can control this behavior, this mirroring that they do. And it's because you come around and you're the standard. You're the one that brings, like I said, you steal the attention, or you bring the life to the party. And of course, people are going to want to act like you and socialize like you and talk like you, because you're the center of attention. So you're also the center of their attention, the men and the women. Okay. um, a lot of times, though, this mirroring it's a defense mechanism that is hard to discern. What happens is that people will see them mirroring you and think that has formed a connection, that you guys are friends, that you guys have, like, mirroring is often used to build rapport. So they'll think that these other people in the environment have built a rapport with you, and you're like, I don't know who these people are. I don't even know their real name or something like that. I don't even know who they are. And for some of you guys, these are a lot of black people, unfortunately. But you guys are just like, these come around you a lot, is because you are the standard of beauty, and you're the one that has maybe been socialized and has a higher social class. And so, like, a lot of black people will just mirror the standard in the room. And that happens to, like, not just black on blacks, but it also happens to, like, black people talking to white people as well. Like, that's where code switching came in. That's where that's a form of mirroring, to speak like someone, to copy their mind and speech, to dress up as them, to lighten their skin to the same complexion, to they will go to a lot of different extremes to, like, act like they have built a rapport with you. And this is what gives them power, right? Is that they'll usually spread a fear or falsehood about you because they mirror you. That's really their defensiveness being hidden, and it will draw people into a false narrative where they mirror you and paint you and project something that they're actually guilty of. Okay. But something that you've done most recently, have given somebody a funeral. You're pretty have recently given somebody a funeral, and it was like, no matter how much mirroring that they were doing, they were not getting seen as you, and it became clear that they were just obsessed with you, and that you had not actually built a rapport. Just because they were mirroring you and acting like you, some people will believe that they're associated to you, that there's something like you or related kind, right? And this is how sometimes people can become third parties, which is really a black magic obsession, to mirror you and create a conflict, illusory conflict, an energetic drain, as an energy vampire. Okay. And it's like, does that make sense? Like, people will literally, like, it really be an energy vampire or a monitoring spirit, and they're actually, like, really nothing like you. They just project it onto you to hide what they really were, which was trash, right? And recently your pretty life and pretty face and pretty, you know, pretty intentions, pretty creations, pretty potential is giving these people a funeral. They're nothing like you, and that's starting to show. It's like something where you've gotten to a point where they can no longer mirror you. And I know you've worked really hard to get to this point where your individuality is protected, because they were going to all kinds of extremes to get considered, by mirroring you, to act like they were a similar kind, but they're really nothing like you, unrelated, not collaborating with them whatsoever. And I think that they're just sitting around really, really prideful, at this disillusionment, okay? Something that they thought was a similar kind, okay? The King of Swords, and then we have the Four of Swords reversed, okay? Yeah, I think that, this, we're clear, okay, about these people who've been doing black magic, and they have just not had, the reason why they project your image and do this shape-shifting is because they are trying to hide something. They have hidden motives, okay? And I think that what you need to know now is that you're clear about them with the King of Swords, especially some of you guys, if you are masculine. You guys have been doing a lot of reflecting and reevaluating, and I think the biggest advice for this 12/12 portal is to really release pride, because it is this is just a new interpersonal skill that you have been learning to survive. Okay, some of you guys might have felt like you've been taken through a challenge or a struggle fighting with these shapeshifters. Okay, a lot of this is enabled. A lot of this is people pleasing. A lot of you, you always should trust your first instincts about people, especially when they come around mirroring the divine feminine. So I know that it may be stressful because some of you guys invested poorly in people that were mirroring but had really, really bad intentions. Okay, they were never creating anything. They wanted to stop you from creating. They wanted to stop you from being abundant, masculine. Okay, and you guys end up losing a lot, losing security, losing abundance in your relationships by people pleasing people that are just projecting. Okay, and the issue is not because you are not aware that they are the lower standard and lower quality, the people who are just pretending to be related and like you, like the divine feminine. It is your pride that stops you from cooperating. It is your pride that makes you choose something that you know is not creating anything for you. You hate yourself by not being humble enough to admit when you were wrong. Some of these men or masculine have not been humble enough to admit that they were wrong. Some of them feel like an idiot because they truly were trying to see the potential in someone who was mirroring you. And I think that that is a beautiful thing and compassionate, but sometimes it can get out of hand when, it's prideful, right? It's like the divine feminine is clearly the best and clearly, the one that you initially chose instinctually, right? And then all these other people do something to block your discernment or to cause an emotional insecurity and weakness that makes you lack trust and makes you lack commitment and makes you risk and gamble your opportunities with the divine feminine. But I'm getting that if something happens in this situation, like especially around this 12/12 portal where your beauty, the divine feminine beauty is really displayed, and these people cannot mirror this beauty, is what I'm hearing. And so this is also breaking people free from this weird shadow attachment with people who have a hidden motivation to just bandwagon off of the divine feminine, to inhibit or undermine the divine feminine in some type of way, or they truly have a resentment towards the divine masculine because they know that the divine masculine have already chosen who they really want. And so a lot of times the divine masculine is doing something prideful and toxic to conflict with the divine feminine and justify investing in people who are shape-shifting, people who are mirroring. They know that those people are not like you, that they're just pretending to be like you. But some of them, because they cannot release a resentment, that blocks the flow of love, and they end up not creating anything and getting left behind in life. But for others, they feel tamed by you. They feel like your beauty, if you're the divine feminine, they feel like your beauty tamed them, or some strong intention that you set with them have tamed them, and they're clear about this. I think they have been reevaluating. I don't know if this is, I don't know if they'll choose to create something with you. Some of them, because of pride, they will continue to waste time and will continue to try to justify something that's not manifesting anything, okay? Or some of them, they took a risk, and they took a risk, and I'm hearing they started choosing or started doing something gossipy and catty with somebody that was projecting you, and I think that gave you the ick and made them lose their abundance. But I'm also getting that they may have took a risk, and then something happened where you gave them both a funeral. Like, they might have took a risk and chose somebody else that was mirroring you, that clearly was not divine feminine, and they see that you bossed up really quickly after that, like divine timing, and this forced this person into a reevaluation and helped them release this black magic shape shifting that they were getting warped into. And they feel really prideful now because they missed an opportunity with you when they got caught up with the black magic shape shifting enemy, and you went off and got like a big reward for being pretty or something like that. Because they were really trying to triangulate you for narcissistic abuse, or they were really resentful at you also for your beauty. So they wanted to go choose someone else to triangulate you, to hurt your self-esteem, but they ended up getting tamed on national television. That's what I'm seeing, pal, too. Let me know what else, how this 1212 activation message, what do you need to know message resonated down in the comments, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Hi, Pal 3. Last but not least, you chose the American flag. So what do you need to know around this 1212 activation portal? Oh, victory. That's what you need to know, Pal 3, is that you won. You win again. I'm hearing all you do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind. I'm not ever letting up. Is that what you say? Every time I step into the building, everybody hands go up, and they stay it, right? And they stay and up, down, up, down, up, down. All I do is win, win, win. Friend, all you do is win, okay? What did you just win? That's crazy. That's all you do, friend. Like, how did you design, what kind of algorithm did you design to win all the time like that, okay? We have Virgo energy, and we have Jupiter energy, and then we have Venus energy on the bottom of the deck. So your beauty, artistry, and love got the victory. Pile 3, and I'm hearing that if you think the cost of winning is too high, just wait until you get the bill of regret. Some of you guys have been on a long journey, and I'm hearing a public victory got assured. And this is Jupiter's energy, and I'm hearing a new opportunity just came out of the woodwork and gave you the victory. This is a big opportunity for growth, and there's so much optimism around it as well. So what you need to know right now is that you won. I'm also hearing that if there's like a contention about, I'm hearing if there's a contention about who has the most beauty, they're saying that you're the one that they prefer. Okay, I'm hearing the men are saying that you're the one that they prefer if they were trying to compete for beauty. you are getting the beauty award. Is what I'm hearing, friend. You got the beauty award. Okay. I'm also getting that some of you guys, your growth has just, you most recently may have gotten a spike in growth or a rapid acceleration in life that have made you so functional, so efficient, so analytical, and your growth just like you outworked them and got the victory. Okay. And I'm getting that like some of you guys have been on this long journey of doing this and didn't know that there was something to be won. Some of you guys, this is a victory of a secret competition for your life or to replace you. Okay. But they could not, I'm hearing your gift and how you have been growing around your talent, skills, and gifts cannot be compared to whatever you've done to prepare your gift or whatever master plan. I'm hearing a woman makes a plan, and a woman most definitely makes a plan. Whatever master plan you had for growth have met you with the perfect opportunity. The way that you have become functioning, people have watched you become functioning. They have watched you put plans in place. They have watched you become analytical about things. They've watched you reason through your problems. They've watched you make rational decisions for yourself. They've watched you become efficient and do so well. And your growth has brought you so much optimism. Okay. And how you may not have been expecting this opportunity, but a lot of you guys, you won. Okay, you won a secret competition to replace you. Some of you guys were taking steps in the dark, and this was just a long process of you becoming functioning. And nope, I'm hearing that they were not able to grow, and they were not able to function like you, or their growth did not get them this opportunity. They're not having the same kind of results. They're not efficient, right? Let's see what else you need to know right now, okay? I'm getting that you are really, this is crazy because you're shocking everyone. And like I said, if you thought the cost of winning was too high, wait till you get the bill of regret. I'm hearing you're shocking everybody because a lot of people, I'm hearing everyone really underestimated you or did not think that you could become this analytical, functioning, efficient person. They didn't think that you can have this rapid acceleration. People are shocked by, they might have thought you were capable and believed in you, but they were just shocked by how much growth you've actually done. And you're just letting them know that you always knew that you were going to win. I'm hearing you were the fastest in the city. You were the talk of the town, okay? You the face of the city is what I'm hearing as well. And, these people could not compete with your beauty, love, and artistry. They could not compete with your gift. They could not compete. They could not function, the same way, right, is what I'm hearing, okay? A lot of different things could be happening. Ooh, there go the mirroring card, but I talked about it a lot in Pal 2, so some of you guys might want to go back and check that out. Somebody who was mirroring you to compete, okay? They see that you got the victory, okay? This person is fame hungry, cloud chasing, social climbing, okay? But they didn't have the same amount of growth, okay? We have chasing a bag. Yeah, this was a chase for a bag, friend, and they said that you won the bag. You won the bag, friend. You got that bag, didn't you? Like I said, when you see me when I show up with this money, don't get too crazy. Yeah, people who was posing as opposition, people who was trying to compete, people who was aggressive, people who got violent, like people was trying to, they was rams, they was trying to compete for something that you were pioneering. And they see that you stay optimistic and decided to, like, you set the intention. Some people are saying that this is like, you're setting, like, you've set the intention to get a bag, or you set the intention to get a financial blessing or reward, and they say that you did get that, friend. You got that. That's the victory, friend. You got that bag. Right? Focusing on your wellness and self-care. Keep doing that. But I think that you did a lot, friend, to win, and you may have even had to go to war, right? And people see that even like going to war for people who were mirroring you, going to war with people who were mirroring you, okay? And they see that these people could not explore the ideas intellectually and spiritually. They see that these people did not have a higher learning around this pioneering thing that you were doing, that these people did not, because they like, and they learned, especially some of them, they learned that they were actually quite the opposite, right? That this was just an image that they were that was serving them, that they were attaching to a cause for a personal gain or for a negative reason, and that these people, especially when it may have got revealed that they were copying, people said that they didn't have any ethical or moral values, and a lot of people got offended by that because some of them preach a lot of ethical and moral values. They preach about wellness and self-care, and then we learned that that was quite the opposite. I'm also getting that they were not, they were just not good at something. They were not good. They were not analytical, functional, and efficient. Some of them didn't grow at all. They were not given the opportunity. And we can see so clearly why, friend. Okay, what you need to know is that you won. Okay, you won the financial opportunity. You won the bag. Okay, you won the power. You have to be fearless, and you have to be assertive, and you are really a leader, especially if they want to be like you so bad, right? They really just are people who try to struggle for power when they really need help. Okay, they really need help. They really need it. They wanted to get it. Can I get a couple of dollars out your bag, friend? Okay. They're really masculine, aggressive, not getting sex, not getting desired, right? Some of them, they were like, you won the beauty contest, you won the bag. They saying that your beauty secured the bag, friend, and that's what you need to know. Your beauty indeed secured the bag. But your beautiful ideology and higher learning is really what secured the bag, friend. Okay. People who were trying to compete for what you were pioneering, they didn't have a higher learning around it. Okay, this is why they were jealous of your degree or something like that. It's because this mirroring came to an end. It was clear that they weren't a leader. Okay. The Two of Swords. Yeah, I know this is painful, because they were a karmic challenge. This person, there's a lot of pain and confusion, but you've released this burden because you have gotten a victory, okay? People have started to reevaluate this person that they were previously supporting and started to understand that this person didn't have ethical and moral values, and that they were and so they gave you the financial opportunity, friend, okay? That's what you need to know right now. And I think, like, I know you might have felt like you needed to go to war with these people, but it really strengthened you. It toughened you. It toughened your will. It toughened your skin. It made you strong. It made you fight for what you believe in. It made you get the victory, right? Because what if you had lost, friend? Then somebody else would be having your growth and opportunity, right? I feel like a lot of what the challenge was, it's like you guys started functioning once you got good wellness and self-care. It's like your analytical skills showed so much, and your ability to dive into a text is what I'm hearing. You guys have really like good critical thinking skills, and maybe a lot of you guys, you might do a lot of reading comprehension. And I'm also getting that some of this could be around dance or sports or athleticism, and people have given you the victory as being the best, or get you as being you're crowned as number one or the best, or you are the one that had the most growth in the physical activity. It inspired you, something where your sport inspires you to take care of yourself. That's really cute too. But yeah, I'm hearing that you got you got an opportunity for growth coming in. You just recently got the victory around people who were trying to compete in a sport or trying to compete for something else that you might have been pioneering. But they see that you were the one that had the higher learning, you were the leader, and this gave this other person a funeral and helped you release a really, really big burden. And you may have just experienced a lot of growth recently, and have made you feel very confident even as well. I think like that there's so much good stuff here around this 12-12 portal, pile 3. I just think that like your self-care and wellness is what you needed to be successful in your career or in some other kind of professional endeavor or even at this sport. You have gotten a higher learning around a lot of around this conflict as well, and you can just have your peace is what I'm hearing. And I'm also getting that whoever judged the matter, they they of course they gave you the opportunity, they chose you, and they have reevaluated this conflict and have gotten a higher learning, and this is the expansion. Is that like this is what's making the relationships functioning, this is what is resolving the conflict, this is what's helping grow the discernment and helping unite the people and helping people believe in what you have been pioneering, especially when you come back with even more of a higher learning. It just shows that you're dedicated to your projects and your causes, and you make people believers. Okay, that's what I'm seeing, pile 3, about what you need to know around this 12-12 activation. I love you so much, and I'll see you next time.